Hello everyone, welcome to GVReady Automation World. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe to the channel, enable notifications so that whenever I will post the video, you will get notification, you will not miss out. So quickly jump into today's topic. Right, we know what is implicit wait. Everyone knows, but what are the disadvantages of right? What are the disadvantages? Right, disadvantages of implicit wait. Right, disadvantages of implicit wait. Right, first we'll see, right, we know already we'll create the driver equal to new Chrome driver. Then driver dot manage dot how to create the implicit wait. Just driver dot manage dot timeouts. All right, what is the method? We will have a timeouts. Then we will have a implicit wait. Right, here we are using the Selenium 4. So duration of second. In Selenium 3 means the syntax will different. Right, driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait duration of seconds. Right, what it will do? Suppose if you launch any application. Okay, we'll launch our application Orange HRM website. Okay, now suppose I don't have any implicit wait. Okay, we'll see. We don't have any implicit wait. Now what is the drawback of it? Okay, now driver dot find element. Just I am trying to see, it is taking a longer time to load the application itself. Suppose if it is not opening, we will take the another application. We GitHub. I think Orange HRM website is not loading. We'll take the GitHub. Okay, just let me sign out. Okay, this is the page how it will load. Orange HRM is also loaded. Okay, we'll use Orange HRM. It's loading, but it is taking. We'll see how to handle that. Right, how to handle that. Okay, here username. I will try to enter by dot. How to identify? By dot name equal to username dot send keys some. I am sending some. Right here, page load is taking longer time, right? We will wait for the page load. Driver dot manage dot maximize something. Fine. Driver dot manage dot timeouts dot page load timeout. We'll give the page load timeout and then duration of seconds. Duration of seconds 60 seconds. Maybe if it is mostly, it will not affect anything. If it taking a page load is taking longer time, it will wait. Otherwise, no. Okay. Now I have not given any implicit wait. Okay, I am waiting for page load timeout and page will load. I am trying to enter the text. Okay. Now quickly run it. I'll run and see what are the drawbacks. Right, you will find out. Right. Just give me some time. I will clearly explain the drawbacks. Okay. Sometimes what will happen when you open a browser, it will take longer time than usual because of network issues. Maybe your network is slow. Right, due to so maybe server is slow. But we have to handle those things also. Right, if it is taking page load more time, then we have to handle by using page load timeout. So now page is loaded. Page is loaded, but elements are still not visible. Right, elements are not visible. So it is trying to enter. It is trying to enter the text, but there is no element is loaded. See, it took some time to load it. So no such element exception. we got the no such element exception. So what implicit wait will do? Implicit wait we have to apply on the driver object, right? Driver dot manage the timeouts dot implicit wait. Driver wait specify the amount of time the driver should wait when searching for an element if it is not immediately present. Right, what it will do when searching for a single element, the driver should poll the page until the element has been found or this timeout has been expired. So it will wait until whatever we have given 10 seconds. Suppose I have given 30 seconds. That means before throwing exception. That means if we are applying implicit wait on the driver. So until the driver is closed, for all the elements, implicit wait is applicable. Until the driver is closed, implicit wait is applicable to all the elements in the application. Right? If we are following the page object model, we have a lot of pages. Whichever pages are all involved in the test case. Right? Once your driver created until the driver closed, for all the web elements, this implicit wait is applicable. Because same web driver, it is applicable. Same web driver you are using, you are applied for implicit wait on the same driver and you are using same driver instance to enter the text. So because of that, what will happen? It will be applicable for all the elements until the driver is closed. So now the problem is right. Now we have given 30 seconds. Now we will run it. We have given 30 seconds. Now we will run it. We'll see what will happen. Okay. Now again, it's loading the URL. Right. We have given 60 seconds to page load timeout. Here implicit wait will not come because it is a page load. So page load timeout we have given 60 seconds. So it will wait until page load. On top, if you see, it is still loading the page. So it will wait until 60 seconds. Okay, if it is more than 60 seconds, what will happen? Right, if more than 60 seconds, page load timeout, next action will be, it will be taken care and it will fail. See, now it is loaded, page is loaded, it got stopped loading. Then now the next step is what we are trying to do. We are trying to enter the text, but element is not visible, but the element is not loaded. So it will wait. Now implicit wait come into the picture. Implicit wait come into the picture. See, it is waited until it page is element is visible. Until the element is visible, it is waited. Implicit wait automatically come into picture. It is wait for the until 30 seconds. Until 30 seconds, if it is visible, it will enter. Otherwise, it will not enter. This one is, I think everyone knows. Now, what is the drawback effect? Implicit wait. Suppose we have you think multiple, we have a multiple elements, multiple pages. In the real time, what we will usually, we will have a multiple elements, multiple page classes, multiple elements. Suppose you think I have applied a driver as a 30 seconds. Sometimes, right, in the framework level, mostly we'll use 30 to more than 60. Suppose if it is 60, it is 60 is applicable to all. But whenever it is failed element, then only it will come into picture. Right. 60 seconds is I cannot change for this 10 seconds, for this only 5 seconds, I cannot change. It is 60 to all the elements, all the pages. In real time, it is applicable for all the elements as a 60 seconds. Now think about it. You have 100 test cases. You have 100 test cases. You are running from right. You are running from CI/CD. You are running from CI/CD. Right. Either it is a Jenkins or GitLab or GitHub or whatever it may be. You are running from the CI/CD. Now you scheduled a build. Right. Every day you have scheduled a build to run it. Right now, what will happen? Suppose website is down. Suppose website is down. Right, now what will happen? Website is down. First test case, right? It will launch a URL and it will wait for the right. If website is down, that's fine. Here it will wait. Page load. It will load the page, but the page load is done. But elements will not load. Something server error will come. Next thing, it is trying to enter the login. Right. In any application, first step is we are trying to enter the username password login only. So it is trying to enter. It is not visible. Website is down. Now, how much time it will wait? 60 seconds. Think about, we have 100 test cases. Each test case, right, one test case, it will take 60 seconds, right, 60 seconds to run. Now, 100 test cases, 100 into 60, 100 minutes it will run. And it will run, right, unnecessarily 100 minutes. So what we will think, okay, it is still running. Okay, we will think still it is running the application. But after some time, what will happen? Okay, it got stopped. I think execution is done. We will go there and we will verify. So suddenly we found that application is down. It took 100 minutes. Again, we have to run it. Again, we have to run it. Right. This is the drawback of the implicit wait. So every test case will execute. It will wait until the 60 seconds. It will fail the test case. Right. Immediately it will not fail. So suppose there might be, this is the one scenario, maybe login is not working. Right, login is not working. In that case also what will happen? It will enter username, password, click on it. After click on it, suppose it is not responding properly. Right, there also it will wait 60 seconds. There also it will wait 60 seconds for each test case. Now, whenever failures, it is a right failure scenario. If it is a positive, there is no issue. When there is a failures, suppose this is the all the applications. Suppose server is down means all test case will fail. It will take longer time to complete the execution. Similarly, there is a multiple out of 150 test cases got failed due to some issues. In that case also, it will take 60 seconds. That means execution time will become more. Execution time will, whenever failures are more, execution time will become more. Right. Suppose failures are more, automatically time got increased. Time got increased. Right. Time got increased automatically. Right. That is the disadvantage of the implicit wait. So it is better always to avoid implicit wait. My suggestion is we should not use the implicit wait at all. Just we can use the explicit wait or fluent wait. Explicit or fluent wait. So that at least we can decrease the time. I cannot say entire thing we cannot decrease. Instead of some elements we require at 5 seconds, 10 seconds, we can customize it. For each element, we can customize it. How to do that? Okay, next one I will tell you. Right, this is the what is the disadvantage of the implicit wait. So if you like the video, please right, share to your friends. Please subscribe to the channel, enable notification, like the video. Please, if you have any questions or suggestions, so please comment in the comment section. I will reply to that. Yeah, thanks for watching.